Thank you for joining us for the weekly briefing. As you would be following, the Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Ambassador Zhang Ming, is currently visiting Pakistan from 21st to 24th of July. The Secretary General has a very busy schedule. He has had meetings yesterday with the Ministers of Commerce, Climate Change, Information Technology, and Maritime Affairs. The Secretary General called on the Foreign Minister, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, earlier today, and they had an extensive exchange of views. This included discussion on the strategic direction of the organization in future, as well as Pakistan's areas of priority in the context of SCO, specifically on socio-economic interests of Pakistan. The Foreign Minister discussed comprehensively key areas of Pakistan's interest, and these include connectivity, transport, economy and trade and commerce, and food security. The SCO Secretary General will also be calling on the Prime Minister. The Secretary General also spoke at the Institute of Strategic Studies. He will also engage with business leaders and entrepreneurs. The visit of the SCO Secretary General provides an opportunity to engage with the SCO Secretariat and highlight our perspective and priorities for making the SCO mechanisms more effective in advancing shared regional security and economic goals. The Foreign Minister will also be participating, as you would be aware, in the SCO Council of Foreign Ministers meeting, which is scheduled to be held in Tashkent next week. Yesterday, the Foreign Minister received a call from the German Foreign Minister. The Foreign Minister recalled Foreign Minister Baerbock's visit to Pakistan and underlined the importance of further high-level exchanges for advancing bilateral cooperation in various domains. He appreciated Germany's support for Pakistan's GSP Plus status and reaffirmed Pakistan's continued support to German requests for evacuation from Afghanistan. Just a while ago, Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari received Mr. Hassan Kazemi Homi, Iran's Special Representative for Afghanistan. Earlier today, Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari was at Noor Khan Air Base, from where additional humanitarian assistance from Pakistan has been dispatched for the people of Afghanistan. This consignment of humanitarian aid destined for the flood affectees in eastern Afghanistan includes ration, tents, blankets, and winter clothing. The Foreign Minister underscored that Pakistan stood shoulder to shoulder with the Afghan nation in these testing times. He also noted that the two countries remained engaged to devise a facilitative trade and transit regime and increased connectivity. Some of these issues also came under discussion during the visit of the recent trade delegation led by the Commerce Secretary to Afghanistan. On 18th July, China's Special Envoy on Afghanistan, Ambassador Xu, called on Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood. The two sides exchanged views on the political and security situation in Afghanistan, humanitarian assistance by Pakistan and China to Afghanistan, and other matters of mutual interest. The Foreign Secretary underscored Pakistan's commitment to a peaceful, stable, prosperous, and connected Afghanistan. He stressed the importance of defreezing Afghanistan's foreign reserves and facilitation of banking operations to ease the economic hardships of the Afghan people and help build a sustainable economy. The Foreign Secretary further underlined the importance for the Afghan side to address the international community's expectations regarding inclusivity, respect for the rights of all Afghans, including girls' education, and effective counter-terrorism measures. On 15th July, marking the 6th Democracy and National Unity Day of Turkey, the government and people of Pakistan reaffirmed their abiding solidarity and strong support for the brotherly people and government of the Republic of Turkey. The heroic struggle of the brave Turkish people against the treacherous coup attempt of 15 July 2016 shows that with unity, courage, resolve, and commitment, nations can overcome all odds and challenges. On 21st July, Foreign Secretary Suhail Mahmood and China's Assistant Foreign Minister Wu Jianghao co-chaired the third meeting of CPEC, Joint Working Group on International Cooperation and Coordination, in a virtual mode. The two sides reviewed continued implementation of CPEC and its expansion to jointly agreed priority areas. Among other things, the Foreign Secretary underlined that the timely completion of CPEC projects and steady progress on realizing important projects in the pipeline was energizing bilateral cooperation and further strengthening the foundation for Pakistan's economic modernization and enhancing the capacity for sustained progress and prosperity. As an open and inclusive forum, both sides welcomed interested third parties to benefit from avenues for mutually beneficial cooperation opened up by CPEC. The two sides also agreed to support and encourage the media and think tanks to highlight CPEC's cooperation as a high-impact case study of international cooperation for sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach 3 years of Indian illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and India's subsequent unprecedented and unabated repression and human rights violations in IIOJK, the government and people of Pakistan continue to stand resolutely with our Kashmiri brothers and sisters in their just struggle for self-determination and freedom from illegal Indian occupation. On 13th July, the government and people of Pakistan solemnly observed the 91st Yom-e-Shuhada-e Kashmir, or Kashmir Martyrs' Day, and paid homage to the 22 Kashmiri martyrs who rendered the ultimate sacrifice while braving the indiscriminate force unleashed on them in 1931 by the Dogra forces. In a historic commemoration on 19th July, the government and people of Pakistan joined the Kashmiris on both sides of the LOC to mark the 75th anniversary of Kashmir's accession to Pakistan. As the Kashmiris renewed their resolve to persevere in their demand for self-determination, Pakistan once again urges India to immediately halt its state terrorism in IIOJK, cease the human rights violations, release all political prisoners, lift the inhuman military siege, and let the people of Kashmir exercise their right to self-determination. India's sinister design of altering the demographic composition of IIOJK in order to forcefully convert its Muslim majority into minority will never succeed. Pakistan will continue to sensitize the international community on India's blatant violations of international law and international humanitarian law and the UN Security Council resolutions. India must realize that no amount of brutality and human rights violations can dissuade the Kashmiris and their leadership, their true representatives, from pursuing their just cause that is sanctioned by the United Nations and strengthened by international legitimacy. Pakistan strongly condemns India's recent move of implicating already incarcerated Hurriyat leader Muhammad Yasin Malik in 2 more fictitious cases which have been crafted around incidents that took place more than 30 years ago and have been reopened. Regrettably, Mr. Yasin Malik is also being denied the right of personal appearance in the ongoing trial in complete contravention of legal norms. left with no legal recourse and faced with blatant denial of his rights, Mr. Malik has taken the desperate decision of going on a hunger strike unto death from 22nd July. Pakistan urges the international community to hold India, the serial violator of human rights, responsible for its brazen suppression of the innocent Kashmiris, and to play its due role in ensuring a just and peaceful resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. I thank you, and I'm ready to take your questions.